Hopefully it's going live now. I have no clue what the fuck just happened. That was weird. Hopefully it's working now. I have no clue. Now I need to keep tabs on this damn thing on my other screen. Cause that was weird for it to just die out. It was like cut short too. I'm like, what the fuck? Alright, I should be back. Hopefully. Let me re-announce it. Might be because of connections. Let me also... Alright, so I'm gonna have to get that. I also gotta bring up Discord again. Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Might be because I'm pushing through this. I don't know. And internet connections as well, most likely. And why do I not see any numbers? Yeah, I'm so confused to why it just like stopped randomly. Don't know if that's giving me the right number too. Saying there's only one viewer right now. I feel like... Oh wait, another thing. I forgot to pop a 250. Well, whatever. I'll just push on. Push on through. Don't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah, the moment I stopped hearing the music in my left ear, I was like, yeah, something happened to my stream. Yes, it is back. Sorry about that. No clue what happened. Most likely, I'm gonna not do return and farming as much. Because... Might be because... well, might be because some stuff is going on my end. I might just end up making a bunch of photonic layers and just sell those. Oh, hey there, Banshee. I did not realize you were right behind me. I need to bring this other guy. No, not yours. I need to break this guy's. There we go. You fine. Actually, no. I need to kill you or break a piece from you before I fail the objective. You're dead. Now, onto this damn wolf thing. DJ says, "What's the best way to play Phantom Rifle? You seem to play it pretty damn well, huh? It takes practice. It has a lot of invisibility frames. You can capitalize on that, and that is 15 star. I don't know if I got units. I want units more than 15 stars." It has a lot of invisibility frames, DJ. And hi there, by the way. How you doing? There are various ways to go about it. Depends on the situation. If I were to focus solely on a certain boss, I'm going to be using these two photon arts a lot. They do have like some floating drones that can help you and does some bits of damage. But the big thing that I'm going to emphasize on would be your basic attack. That does do a lot. And if you're able to just stack on that and then use your marks, that's how you get a lot of damage. You want to pop those every time that pops up. The other two, so I use these things right here. I use the mine, and then I also use this drone thing that shoots every now and then. And then I also stack with the other type of drone as well. Now the other photon actions, these things, I use them for like mobs or certain situations. If I want to try to get lifesteal, I might do this, but it depends on if I need to do it and if it's okay for me to use something like that. If I'm fighting against a bunch of mobs, I would be using this thing over here instead. This one, you got to be careful with this one. It does do a good chunk of damage, but you have to make sure that animation is not interrupted. Like if you decide to dodge, look, that disappears. So you want to make sure it connects. Like you can walk a bit, but it needs to connect and it needs to hit. If it's off by like a few centimeters, it still counts, but it's not doing the most damage. And if you're off completely, you kind of waste like a good chunk of your PP. So I would tend to focus more on the basic attacks and just these other photon arts. And then, oh god, FGC says long time no see. Do I know you? I'm guessing you know my character name, but not my well, yeah, if you call me by that, then you know my character, but I don't know who you are. People know me, but I don't know them, so gotta inform me on who you are. It's weird that people are just like noticing me. I'm like, wait, what? Alright, it's just... You're dead already? I thought it would take a bit longer to kill you. Oh, you were always with Xeno. Okay, let me think. Yeah, are you Ikuto? Because I know who you're referring to, Xeno Official, right? Wait, were you back in B6? That's my question. I knew you personally don't get a big head now. Oh, shoot. What's your character name? That would definitely lead me a John hint. Don't worry, I'm not gonna get a big head. DJ says, okay, cool. So what is the quickest way to max marks out? Well, to activate them or get them to pop up, you just want to do basic attacks. Keep on spamming that. You do want to make sure you don't put a good chunk of points in Mark of Thorns, so this can kick in a lot. I don't know if I said yes to the Ikuto part though. FGC. EB Resby, I think. I'm trying to remember. Do I remember that? Risby. I feel like I've seen Risby, but it's not ringing a huge bell. But you said yes to the B6 part. Shit. Do I remember something like that? Yeah, I feel like I've seen you, but I didn't talk to you as much. Well, if you're an Odie, then damn. And you know Xeno, so you must be a good pal. Because, like, I trust Xeno, like, a bunch. He was the one that actually taught me a bunch of snippets and tricks when it comes to me playing PSO2. Especially, like, the Executes and Photon series. He was the one to introduce all that to me, and I was like, holy shit, I did not know this was a thing. Since it's just attack and having all drones up is important. Yeah, and just make sure you don't put a lot of points in Market Thorns, because apparently that does influence how fast your mark can pop up. Like that purple thing you see on this guy now, yep, this is what you want. Now I gotta be careful because I actually died to this guy like earlier. I do not want that same bullshit. Ask Wish this. PSO2 Day needs to hurry it up. You get it in, what is it? I don't know which version of the game you're playing, but you get it in like 4 to 5 days. Yeah. But yeah, you might also want to mix up your gameplay if you're doing like Phantom. But yeah, this is what I do with my rods. I mean rifle. Damn. I'm getting confused with rod. No, no, no. We gotta do this. We gotta pop this. The problem with these damn clones is that they're tougher than the ones in Extreme Quest. Not only that, they're annoying. Oh yeah, if someone's asking about the camo that I'm using, it's stealth. It was out for the global for a bit. I don't know if it's still around. I did get it from a certain shop. Man, can't believe someone knows Xeno. That's talking in the chat. If you don't know who Xeno, well, I mean, Xeno's like an old time buddy of mine. And once again, he was kind of the guy that taught me all these little snippets of trick that I didn't know about when it comes to PSO2. So like, he's an OG in my book. Jesus. Oh no 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 no. You need to die. I'm surprised you're not dead yet. Why aren't you dead? Just die. Note that if you do want to heal, have Megaverse on you. Doesn't need to be like at the highest level. 11 minutes. Takes me 11 minutes if I just stick with like Phantom Rifle to kill to do this entire stage thing. I don't know if I got unit pieces. These are the 3 that I... Oh, that's over limit. Yeah, he nerfs you like the regular Persona Ultimate Quest. That's the only downside with me fighting against this guy. And no, I did not get any fucking unit pieces. Shit. Sucks. Balls. That means I had to get all these other currencies. I'm noticing here that your lock-on is on his body. It's quite hard to notice that because they're close together. Also, this. Yeah, I kind of realized that. Wait, was I locking onto the body or the core? Is the core a bit below where I've been locking onto, or? Alright, so I need to get RDR up and a try. You want to try to get as many boosters as you have when you're doing this, just because it can kind of help you in getting particular unit pieces, and also just hoping that you can get more slots on these, well, I'm not worried about the slot number when it comes to these drops. It's just that I do want these unit pieces so I can get that returner. And hopefully, if I'm super lucky, I can get a returner 3 to drop. Now I know that Jake over there in the chat had got a good chunk of returners, especially returner 3s. Let me make sure. Do I have any more returners? I do have a couple returners in here. Got 2 returner 3s. Got this one that I got from here. Then I got another one from the title from Abduction. This one I did get from Abduction in itself. It's only out of 1 slot. That's the problem. I can't work with that. Then I got these pieces. They're used for my later formula I need. But yeah, that's my stuff. Hey there, Vaj. Vaj says, hey, I wonder if it is worth working with the lesser arguments to get EV on units. Depends. My question to you, Vaj, is if you have those pieces. And then Cammy says, what's the average price of returning on Japan? It got decreased because of this. I think it's roughly around 2 mil now. I'll check it if I hit the Visa phone. And then Rat says, Team Buff? I should, but I'm just using the regular boosters. And I'm guessing Lanny is, or Lane. Lane is actually on Japan, so they could give you a heads up on that. I don't know what ship they're on too. Don't need to disclose what ship you're on. I know I'm on ship 2 and some of the prices might be a bit different from someone else's ship. All this says is return the same as veteran. Yes, it is. It's just named differently. That's why I'm not a big fan of these different name changes for global and Japan, but people can catch on, hopefully. And then Snipe says yes to that. So if you do want to plan to farm this over there in global, just wait for this game mode. This game mode will drop them. Now it's not 100% at the time, but it's better than nothing. Or it's better than the usual method, which is to do abduction. I hate abduction. I really do. I have PTSD from that crap. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. The only thing is, if you decide to do the party one, you want a party. And if you decide to do the solo one, you need to make sure you got good stuff. And you're familiar with Masquerade. Like, I know I'm comfortable with my rifle, then I'm also comfortable with my Braver as well. When it comes to doing these objectives, it's not going to hurt you as much. But you do want to try to complete these. And the more you complete, the more rewards you get, but the more times you complete a certain objective, it's going to get difficult. And when it comes to me fighting against Masquerade, it is a pain in my ass since I'm playing on rifle. But, you know, I'm kind of restricting myself in a certain way. Get Returner 3 with save. Yes, it will. Like, there's a chance for Returner 3 to drop naturally as it is. I have one of them. Jake down there has multiple copies of them. Son of a bitch. Love you, Jake, but give me your RNG for those returners. But then again, they're also trying to make that certain formula. Ratchets, I'm farming out endless for the Doom breaks and got too much lessers, and I'm not sure if this argument is worth to bring at 5 compared to like other hard arguments. Well, here's my question, Vaj. What's the market like for lesser? Because you could try to sell it if you don't want to keep it. Or you could try to gamble and try to make EV ability for yourself. Especially if you have a bunch of them. Snipe says prices on NA were like 10-20 mil for Returner 3 at 3 slots. Would I buy at that price? I don't know. Actually, that's not a bad price. Especially if you understand... What is it? Is it a bad price? Or is it not a bad price? 20 mil. Well, there's certain factors that contribute to this, like, do you have a bunch of Meseta? Are you able to farm a bunch of Meseta? Are you okay with buying them now and not having to worry about them later? I don't know if I could say that's a good price. Personally, for me, once again, I usually farm for my stuff, and I don't want to spend as much Meseta. I would rather spend Meseta for fashion stuff. But it's not bad if you think about like how it might get pricey late game, especially when people realize like, well, then again, you can farm for it, so I don't know. It's hard for me to say if that's good or bad. Because if it's at 20 mil, I would say that's actually alright. Well, it's not like the best, but it's not like the worst option. Oh wait, shit. Yeah, this is just my personal take on it. I wouldn't do that just because I would rather farm. But then again, the other question is, when I get to release this game mode specifically. So yeah, I got mixed feelings about that one, about buying it. But the price isn't as bad compared to like fucking 50 mil or something. That's gonna be a huge no-no in my books. Alright, so what pizza did I... I killed you. Fuck. Jerry says I wouldn't because I'm cheap. Nah, I'm in the same boat, Jerry. That's why I'm like having mixed feelings about it. But I also get why some people would buy it at certain prices as well. That price, 20 mil for a Return of 3 though, that's at a high slots. That's doable. That's okay, but I don't know, it can stack against you if you're buying multiple copies. That's why I didn't really go for Returner over here on the Japanese side, because it was expensive. And fuck, really? Yeah, I keep on failing this one. Like, if it's these 3 specific bosses, like, I don't know why, but I tend to not destroy one part and then time's up. Damn, that laser beam. Or ice beam. Alright. Yeah, that's another thing. I mean, you can always make your money back, especially if you are playing with the market and you know what to do. So, it counteracts. Depends on your factors and how you personally feel about it. Oh wait, let me read what Vash says before I continue on. I'm farming a lot of endless... Oh wait, I already read that. Jerry says, at least they're making the rougher fixes easier to get. That's what I feel like, say, in like Global PSO2 is gonna emphasize a bit more on that part. Now, I did not get any unit piece. Shit. Yeah, they're already doing that with a lot of the other stuff, because, one, we do not have a trigger for Virtual Mining Defense or even Persona. So since you guys can easily get that through the bad shop, then, yeah, it's not as bad. Now, I don't know how to get tackle episode 6 stuff. They might add triggers here and there for certain things, which makes it a bit easier. I do need to kill these guys. But another thing is, like, I personally don't go out of my way to try to do Virtual Mining Defense. If I were to try to get the title, sure, because the title does give out 4-slot protections. But, other than that, I wouldn't go out of my way to do a bunch of virtual mind defense. Even though Skydance Boon does drop from it, there's the Recycle AC shop. But if Global PSO2 does not release that, then you would need to spam and just deal with a bunch of RNG. Hopefully you guys do get a good chunk of the same stuff from Japan, especially in terms of the Recycle AC shop. Trying to think. Alright, that's a 15 star. Wait, how do you guys get your Nova weapons and units? Is it from the bad shop as well, or... Jerry says, I'm holding on to my full stack of mission badges. Yep, I would do that too. I wouldn't buy all the other stuff from it until I finalize my certain affixes that I need. And it's easier for you guys to actually go for a lot of those Astro Soul Capsules, Mana Revs, and Ethifactors. I'm going to show you guys, like, there's a video that I have prepped and ready where I show you guys how strong these pop items are. But if you've been affixing and stuff, you realize how good they are. Brooke says, is there a Recycle Shop AC on Japan servers? Yes, there is. It is from Bash Shop. Yes. Oh, no, wait. Don't confuse the AC with... Okay, let me rephrase that. Limited AC Recycle Shop badge. I'll pull it up in a video after this run. And then also I'll look into, like, what returners are. Tammy says Bad Shop and PD Ultra Hard can also drop it. Wait, what can drop from it? Oh, Novo. Oh, wait, no, wait. You guys said Bad Shop in terms of the Novo stuff. I'm forgetting what I said. But anyways, I'm fighting against Masquerade again. Hi there, Masquerade. I hate you. Actually, no, I love this guy to death. Especially with, like, practice. Like, this guy will get you to practice. If you need to learn invincibility frames and know how to do dodge and stuff, yeah, this guy. This guy's your go-to. Barrier's kind of dumb, though. I hate the barrier in front of this guy. But, you know, more of a challenge on my part. Because I am familiar with Phantom. Oh, no. Now I'm just getting bullied by the no, get away from me. Fucking clones. The clones. It's always fucking clones. I could use that to my advantage if I can evade him. Anyways, since Christmas has passed, how was your Christmas, everyone? Note that this is a surprise stream. I was not intending to stream at all, but I'm bored and I got nothing else to do. But then again, Zilly, barriered enemies has a chance to crack. Oh, I didn't know that. Did I know that? No, I didn't know that. Did I know that? I don't know. Brain's going derpy on me now. Oh wait, where are you? Fuck. Nope. Oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit. Shit. Too low of HP. Come over here so I can... Okay, never mind, I'll just do this. Why aren't you dead yet? Of course it's blocking my normals. Did it block my marks now? Oh, that's a problem if it is blocking my marks. Just die from this. I think it evaded that too. Fuck. No! How long is this fight? Oh, fuck. Oh. Oh. Yeah, this is kind of embarrassing. Ah. Fucker. Alright, I'm done for now. Let me just chill. I'm quite stubborn. Like, I do need to mix it if it goes to that point, but at the same time, just carry this heavy on the Phantom rifle. Oh, shit. Alright, what block am I in? 13. 13's a bit chunky. It has a good chunk of people in here. Ah, yeah. No. Fuck. Alright, Rat says, you should try to use a Phantom time finisher for the clones to kill them. The thing about these clones in this mode, they're chunky. They got a lot of HP, so it's best to ignore them. It's just that throughout this fight, I think Masquerade was just nerfing all the things I was trying to do to him. He did nerf a good chunk of my damage, especially from my basics. But that was bound to happen. I might be able to swap to my Bravery, just like pounce to it, but let me actually do some fixing stuff. Alright, so since you guys have an affix week, do you have any affixing questions? Now, I might do another stream for augmenting affixing later. What I'm gonna do now is just pull up. I could, well, I'd rather organize that one. Well, technically I actually have like certain individuals that may want to farm for it, aka Jake over there. I would ask Jake and my in-game sis to help me out, but they're not on right now. Not only that, not a lot of people are on, except they're all in B13. But anyways, I do need to clean up my storage, so we'll go into augmenting and fixing. Wait, what? Global affix boost ended today. Jake's like, fuck, wish I could call in 6 somehow and be on my way home to play with you. It's all good, Jake. I might try to organize something before the end of the fix week. I'll most likely on the 4th on my end. Yeah, around the 4th. But I do need to organize my storage, because there's so much stuff in here. Let me also get the certain formula that I'm working with. What was it? PSO2. Well, then here's my question for you guys, since your fix week is done. Did you guys actually do anything with the affix week? Did you guys make fodder pieces? Did you guys finalize your stuff? We still have our fix week going on, and it's also a grind 0 as well, or 0 Meseta costs. Let me actually swap the music since we are now chilling. Alright, so I'm working on this damn thing over here, where it's gonna be a 5 slot. Jake says, alright, I just got started into Luster this week. Yeah, that class is, something. Anyways, let me put this back up. So what I'm working on is this piece over here. I might be able to do it on stream, but the only thing I need to finalize is this return to 3 and crack 3. And then everything else should be fine. The next obstacle after that would be these things over here. And the big issue with this one is I'm gonna need to gamble on these things here. The biggest one I may want to use protections on would be this piece here and this piece here. I also want to use a protection when it comes to doing this as well. Paolo says, hey there Paolo, by the way, how you doing? Paolo says, I was making my Guardian Soul Fathers and didn't even notice his boost was off. Fuck. Are you playing on the Japanese side, Paolo, or global? And then Broke Forever says, play with Doombreak in light 3-minute market. Ooh, nice. Hopefully you got a good chunk of Meseta from there. Raz says, I didn't make any profit for it, but I did upgrade my live stream and finish my Liberate. It was unexpected, a fixed week, so we had one not too long. I'm confused about that. Like, yeah, you guys did get a boost week from episode 5 to 6, and then they released another one, and I'm like, you guys don't even have a good chunk of glares yet to actually get the most out of it. Snipe says, just fodder pieces we can make right now. Crack Returner, Absolute, and Guardian. Gotcha. And then Cammy says, builded some Omega Memorials, Reverie Catalysts just for selling. Those are still good. They're good over here on the Japanese side as well. Raz says, thanks to your videos on learning to fix stuff, I managed to do a lot of good gear with really low costs. Good on ya. That's the point of my videos, to help you guys save. Alex says, wanna make glare catalyst but we missing one. Wait, what glare? You're on the Japanese side? What glare are you missing? And then Jake says, I'm quite thinking of dropping Absolute in my foreign recipe unless Anga or Dominius glare. Here's a trick. This is something that I'm gonna review in a video. I just need to make some fancy edits. Let me show you how broken this thing is. The only problem with using this method though is shit, what was the unit piece? The only problem with using this method, you need grind or ability transfer passes. I'll show you guys this on stream before I release that video. So we gotta get, where's that damn unit piece? Oi. I know I have a, who has it? Is it Zill? Zill has it? Fuck. Alright, let me swap characters. I think she has my thing. Let me put these. Yeah, I actually have it on Zill. No wait, Sherelle. Sherelle has it. Shit. I confuse these two names. I'm on Zill. Sherelle's the pink hair one. Right, man. There's a little trick to this, and I didn't realize this was something I could have capitalized on. Now, the only downside is if it's not like a 0 grind cost, it does stack up in the setup, but it's kind of worth it if you want a guarantee and you don't want to spend as much. But it's a gamble in itself, and it does stack against you because it will be very costly. It's gonna be like 1 mil every time you fix with the same thing. Just Joking says, still waiting for Soul Factor Receptors units in global. Hope we at least get the ad capsules for Guardian Soul pieces soon. The big thing that's gonna help you, which I will review in another video that I got prepped and ready, is the how useful the capsules are over here, especially from the updated battle pass. This thing over here at 30, this thing allows you to get like an Ethic Soul at 100%, Factor Catalyst at 100%, Omega Memorial at 100%, Reverie Catalyst at 100%. Granted that you don't upslot, and you'll see that demonstration once again in the future. Now the other thing is they did add a Reverie Receptor but I don't think it's popping up on the market. Let me see if I can try to pop that up. Yeah, that's a sacrifice, but I'm willing to take that. Especially if you got rainbow keys. Rainbow keys give you 5. Use those 5 ability transfer passes to deal with it. And just do the ability transfer when it succeeds. So, what is the thing? Reverie? I don't know if yeah, Receptor's not popping up on this thing. There is a Reverie Receptor which I showcased in that one video of mine. Yeah, you have my piece, don't you? Yeah, so this thing here, this thing, it has an SAF of an Angie. So what you need to do, I did transfer it once already. What I'm gonna do now is find some junk stuff. That's another problem. I'm running out of junk units. I have a bunch of junk units at certain slots, but oh yeah, I also need to push this now to a 4 slot, which is another problem. Fuck. I don't have anything in the low slots. Doombreak, don't care. Fab, do I want to keep these? I'm not using them as much, but what I might end up doing is just try to make a profit off of them. Origin, I'll keep that. Keep this. Well, keep that, but Persona, I might want to keep. Okay, so I do have a bit of pieces. Alright, so I got some 30s. Alright, before I do this, my objective is Guardian so it's GCRA. And then, yeah, GCRA. Yeah, that's the ideal one you want to go for. Snipe says, Let me stare at that one. So, where's your link that you posted? Alright, let me look at this. Did it show what Snipes is doing with... Wait, did I save that right? Nah, it's taking me to this string stuff. Don't know why. I'm done with 1/3 of the fodders, but gotta wait until the other glares hit global. Fat says, hey, I start playing Phantom because I dropped the rifle resident Orcus. It is a good weapon for the moment. Orcus, what's Orcus? Is it this thing over here? I feel like I know what weapon you talk about, but it's named differently. Is it this thing? Actually, if you're capitalizing on those mark damages, then I would say yes, it's an okay weapon. But you gotta be on point with this thing here. If you don't do a lot of mark detonations, then this isn't gonna contribute. But most of the time, if you're playing Phantom Rifle, you will do mark detonations. It does have good slots. Got S1, S2, S3. Alright, before I do this though, let me do a couple ultimate quests, because I want to get some junk stuff. I just need quick like fodder pieces for this. I'm gonna beat up Masquerade in the lowest levels. He kind of embarrassed me on stream, so I'm gonna beat him up into like stage 1. the long lead is on this tweet since. Alright, let me just pull that up. Alright, let me pull this up over here. Alright, so let's see, Astro Soul. Yep, this is your general approach to getting these 4 abilities right here. You want to separate them. One of them is going to be a bitch, but you know, you got 4 slots to help you with that. But if you got a lot of 4 slot protects, this is going to help you overall in general. So yeah, if you didn't stack up on 4 slots, you might want to do it. If you guys want this, is it alright if I could share this, Snipes? Because I can post that in the chat. Alright, so yeah, you'll be able to use that weapon. Is it the best? I wouldn't say it's not as bad though. Especially if you're able to capitalize on the potential. That's the thing. You need to make sure you capitalize on the weapon potential. If you don't, then you're kind of wasting the potential. So yeah, that rifle is fine if you're playing Phantom Rifle and you're popping marks. Oh, did I put away my Monkey King bar? Oh, I don't need that many sods, so I'm gonna beat this guy up. He's gonna die in like a couple minutes. I'm just gonna bulldozer him. Of course you nerf. Can you not? You need to die. "31 seconds. John says, "Hi, good luck power leveling." Also, is it still that power leveling thumbnail? I thought I got rid of it. It's technically farming, but oh, what the fuck? What do I have a lot of? Crap. Oops. I do need to empty out my store. What the fuck is in my damn store? Oh, yeah, these things. Let me get rid of these. Why do I have so much? Okay, that's why. I need to move all of these. I need to get my people to wear them too and get the star gems. And then these camos too. I got so much shit. How much is this thing? I'll keep it though, since it's... Luckily I have like a spare storage space. Yeah, shit. That just filled up a lot of my stuff. I don't need the weapons. Give me the units. If you ever need junk so you can just upslot stuff, beat up Masquerade. Hopefully you don't get dupes of certain abilities. Alright, so anyways, reading what John says, also I hope someone suggested 2 NA to stack so much HP over attack, stats, and PP. There's people running Gemini Rev in Ultra Hard Armada. Yeah, I got so many costumes. That's something to, I mean, let them play how they want to play the game, John. It's good to give advice though, and if you give them that option and let them think on it and they want to do it, then go ahead. But I wouldn't really enforce it as much. I get it, like some people want to stress over attack and stuff. At the same time, you do need to be aware of what you're doing in game, and the big thing is to build up on experience first with that particular class, and just know what playstyle you're going for, because even if you have like good augments and affixes, doesn't mean shit if you hit the floor a lot, and if you don't know how to play your class effectively. Like this guy, if you ever need a practice partner, once you hit the certain requirement to do this game mode, use this guy as a practice partner, because he'll force you to understand all the things that you need to do. Granted that you can always bulldoze with him in like lower stages and just abuse him. Like I'm gonna most likely bulldoze him right now. Nineteen goddamn seconds. He also got, I rode with Gemini Rev on at least one unit piece. Gemini Rev. The only thing that I have an issue with Revs, especially if it's not Mana Rev, is just that con of all these small little stats. It's not as big, but usually with my stat multipliers, I want a plus, not a negative. But you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. If you don't have as many good augments and affixes, and this is what you have, then go ahead. If you want to be cheap, you want to save money, you want to use that because it can give certain stats, to go ahead and use that. I would say Glares would be a better option, just because it gives attack, it gives a good chunk of HP, defense, and a bit of PP. Not as much, but the other problem is you guys don't have auto glares yet. I'm still confused why they released a 15% affix weak boost when you guys don't have a bunch of glares. But yeah, how you doing, PSO God? Anyways, let me go back to this. So hopefully I can affix this damn thing. Once again, there's 0 grind cost right now, or 0 meseta cost over here on the Japanese side. So it's a 15%, and also no meseta cost, which is why I'm getting used to certain functions that I'm going to do. Usually, here's a heads up for you guys if you're not familiar with some numbers. Usually if you work with something that's at a high rarity, especially if it's in the yellow stars or rainbow, it's going to eat up roughly around 1 million meseta. But because of this, I can actually affix this without having to spend as much. But question is, what the fuck can I put on here? Alright. Actually, better yet, let's just do this. With a 15% too, like you can easily try to push this. Alright, you can see that I'm easily pushing this to like a three slot without having to spend as much. And then now I'm gonna push it to a 4 slot. Gonna use the 3 slots I picked up. This thing over here. Do I have another 3 slot I can use? This thing. I'm gonna gamble with 95s. And then Alex says, John, Ultra Hard has been eye-opening for some peeps, and yeah, the thing is, I feel like you guys haven't been, well, this is more my personal opinion. I'll save that for a separate video. I do have opinions about like the approach of what PSO2 did, Global PSO2 did, and didn't really stress on like gear importance and also difficulty, because I bet you guys are having issues over there with mining defense. It's not, well, mining defense ultra hard virtual mining defense ultra hard. Peters, can you link one of your videos regarding where all these high-end game affixes drop at? I'm legit having a hard time finding a well-compiled list. I might make a video on that, Peter, but for you, I can actually show it in-game a bit. Some of these you can actually get if you wait for certain functions. That will be added eventually. John says, by the way, is there divines and exceeds on units? I see some people selling divine receptors on units in the market. Don't buy them. Do not buy them, because there are no divine abilities on weapons, and the same can, no, there are some for weapons. There's no divine abilities and exceed abilities on units. Marks are a different story, because there is a pop item that allows you to do it. There might be a pop item for exceed and divine abilities later, but right now, currently, no. Japan does not have that yet, so Global will not get that yet. Do not get those, and do not fall for buying those unit pieces with those receptors. Unless, once again, Japan decides to release something like a pop item that allows you to get that onto a unit piece. But currently, right now, nope, that is not a thing. Alex, the funny part about it is they now kiss the floor more and they hit like a wet noodle. Like, here's the thing. You can have a lot of HP. If these guys hit fucking hard, they could still insta-kick your ass. Like, when I do Persona Ultra Hard, even with all these augments and affixes I got on my unit pieces. Like, the stuff that I have on Sherelle. Oh, wait, no, that's wrong. Well, this is one of them. Like, even with this piece, and I was playing on Phantom Rifle, since I'm playing on Phantom is kind of squishy, these guys can fucking one-shot kill me. Like, Persona Ultra Hard. They can kill me. So, even with some of the good augments and affixes, if you don't know how to play your class, you're squishy as fuck. And the other thing is, when you guys start doing divides, those things have buffs on them. Buffs on you, and buffs on the enemy. And these enemies, especially from stage 31 to 35, they're tough. Like, I wouldn't want to do it unless I'm comfortable with it. I have a good knowledge of what I'm doing with my class. And, yeah, like, no. You really need to know your class. You want the experience of your class first before you worry about, like, technical things like augments and fixing. That's, like, last on your list. Yeah, it's a bait trappish. Be careful with that. There's also another ability over here called Legard. You can't really do anything with those just yet. You feel virtual mining defense when there's this one party going leveraging. Like, even if there's a bunch of guys, the problem with global, no offense to you guys, like, you guys can build up on experience and stuff. It's just that with global, you guys went on 3x, 4x speed, and you didn't really stress over mining defense. Now, you did have Buster Quest, but even then, like, a lot of people can kind of skip it and didn't do a bunch of it. And you only had 3 months worth of it compared to, like, Japanese PSO2 where people did these runs. Now, I will make a video comparing Japanese PSO2 runs with mining defense compared to global, because in all honesty, mining defense 3-4 for global was a lot easier. Because on the Japanese end, we had so many things that were against us. And pretty much, it's kind of how we became vets of mining defense. I'm not happy about it, especially with, like, how mining defense 3 was released in episode 2 after looking at some videos. There was a lot of things that were against us. So just to give you guys a brief history lesson, and you will see this once again in a later video, Japanese PSO2 for mining defense 3, we had one big issue was the fact that we didn't have 13 stars. We have 11-star old type weapons. These things were not as strong as a 13-star new type. Secondly, for that certain era, we did not have Summoner. We did not have Bouncer. We only have 7 classes, which is Hunter, Ranger, Force, Techer, Fighter, Gunner, and Braver. Not only that, in episode 2 era, to get some of these intermediate classes, Gunner, Fighter, and Techer, you actually had to do a client order to get them unlocked. Max level was 75. In terms of augments and affixing, people were going for 4 slots and 3 slots. It's not like the grand numbers that you see. I think back then when I was doing it, I had 4 slots and then I was pushing to a 5 slot. But that was not the norm. The norm was 3 slot and 4 slot. Unit pieces back then in episode 2 were also 11-star units. Well, 10-star units most of the time, 11-star if you have a particular set. So, 13 stars weren't a thing until, like, episode 3, but Mining Defense 3 was released a bit early before, episode 3 came out. So, yeah, we had a bunch of bad conditions over on the Japanese side with Mining Defense come out when it came out. And, it kind of seasoned us to be good at it, and we got used to the formula, which then carried over to Busted Quest and then Virtual Mining Defense. Another thing I do want to point out with the Japanese side, especially when they first introduced Virtual Mining Defense, I might be a bit wrong in their release and stuff, but yeah, when they released that thing, we have this thing over here, expert blocking. Now, I have mixed opinions about this. I'm not a big fan of it, but I get why it is here. And this is a thing that could help those who are trying to complete a Virtual Mining Defense. Because with expert blocking, you get paired up with those who complete these certain requirements. If you have not done it, then you cannot do expert blocking, obviously. But if you did complete this, then pretty much you're set. You did complete these objectives, and these objectives are kind of hard to do, depending on certain circumstances. Well, kind of hard. Now, you can cheese this easily with like a successor class, but that's the thing, like this is kind of a barrier to stop those who are brand new to the game to jump into endgame content, and then those who are at endgame and they want to focus on something, this kind of dumbs it down. Now, it's not foolproof, but this does prevent new players from trying to get right into an endgame quest where they're not really prepared for it yet. And don't get me wrong, like new players can easily get past this barrier once they get used to the game and they do stuff, but that's on their accord, and this will once again limit like random MPA runs to being as bad. And we got this thing to kick in, and this does make a difference. Granted that you'll still get like some runs that are just bad because people are doing this and this, but you can't control all these factors. You can't control like all these different individuals doing it. The best way to tackle this though is organize MPAs and organize MPAs and then team runs. Communication is vital, and over here on the Japanese PSO2, like we didn't need to do a lot of it. We didn't make a bunch of guides for it after like Mind Defense 3 and 4 because we got used to it. It got pounded into us, and we just took on like the key thing like map awareness. Yeah, also set bonuses as well. Anyways, let me catch up with chat. Once again, it's especially with the going back to what you guys talked about with the receptor being placed on units, it's kind of a gamble in the long run, but currently right now there's no way to get a divine ability unit piece. Like you can get a receptor on it, sure, but in terms of other divine abilities you would want to try to put onto units, it's not a thing right now, along with Exceed. Aaron the God says, hey, stop by because I saw you streaming PS2 and I'm trying to see if it's a good game to rope into how it is overall. I'm new to this game. Aaron the God, I would just say, like, just start playing it and just try to get into it. If you need a roadmap or something, there's a good chunk of videos out. Well, are there a good chunk of videos talk about a specific roadmap? I don't know, but I can say this. It is a fun game to get into. It can be confusing because this does not hold your hand as much, and you might need to try to figure out some stuff, but the community is pretty nice, especially if you do ask around. Depending on what version of the game you're playing, that's getting varied. Now, don't get me wrong, like Japanese PS2 is there, it's just that it's a bit more on the end game stuff. There will be people who will help you out if you ask for help. Just depends on what ship you're on as well. There is a communication barrier because obviously Japanese PS2's catered more towards Japanese compared to global. Go to global, you get to be with the global players. You get to be speaking with a lot of people who can speak English or some other country. Some other language. And then John says some people dread the expert QNNA because they think it's not elitist. Now, I can get that mentality. Alright, so since we're talking about that, this thing here it doesn't mean what it means. Like, expert players only. It doesn't mean that, like, the moment you get this, you're a fucking elite player. Now, it did bug me when they first released this over here on the Japanese side. But once again, guess what? This thing does filter out some stuff. Don't get me wrong, I like to help new players every now and then. I will go into non-expert blocks to do that. But this, once again, filters out like those who are brand new that might try their hand at something difficult that they shouldn't try to hand on just yet. And it will just allow players to be grouped up with those who are already, those who are able to get this thing. So yeah, it's not like, you know, you become an elitist the moment you got this shit. No, like, as you can see, I'm a casual player just like doing some stuff. I know some basic concepts and I can do it. I know people who are really good, but they don't even have expert requirement yet. They don't want to get it, or they just too lazy to do whatever they need to do. So this isn't like you're an elitist. It's just that this is a barrier of some sort. It can be good and or bad, depends on how you view it. Personally, once again, I do not like this, but at the same time, I get why it's there. And I feel like North America is being a bit too scared about it, but here's the problem now. If they don't release it anytime soon, yeah, it's not going to be a thing. And then not only that, like, if they do release it a bit late, it's more on like, why wasn't this released a bit earlier? Because that would have solved a lot of the issues that a lot of global players have been saying. Well, not all of them, but especially in terms of like those who know what they're doing compared to those who don't know, and then also filtering out like those who weren't well geared and stuff to those who are well geared. Like this thing does solve some issues, not all, but it's an okay alternative. It's an okay barrier. I feel like globals will skip over it. They would skip over this, what is it, that barrier thing. Broke Forever says, well, I wish I had that back then on episode 3 with Ultimate Quest Farm with the 3-bot party. Oh, man. And this time says, yeah, I can credit more for my billions made on... Oh, God. This is why I say, if I was over there in Global, I'll be playing with the market. Especially in augmenting and fixing, I would capitalize on that. Snipe says, yeah, I don't think NA will ever get expert requirement because we got Destroyer of Light Trigger and it still hasn't released. John says, oh yeah, I just forgot. Thanks for the fix video. Morph helped a lot in making unit recipes for our newer alliance mates to keep up with how it's done. No problem. Glaze says, hello Morph, been lurking while doing urgent quests. I think that's urgent quests or ultimate quests. Hey there Glaze, how you doing? Yeah, a lot of my there's another guy that actually do a good chunk of augmenting and fixing. He's funnier in terms of what he does. But I tend to make sure that you guys get the basics when it comes to knowing how to do it, knowing these percentages. Like, once you understand the basics, you can tackle these things no problem whatsoever. And then you can obviously use that knowledge to make a shit ton of money. PSO God said, I'm trying to figure out how to move Astral Mana Ether Factor over one unit piece. Without Receptor, that's the hard part. That's the biggest issue right now. Because without any Receptors, you can't get those two endgame abilities together. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there will be some people who will say, like, you know, I got expert mode, I'm an elitist or some stuff like that. And technically, there are still elitists in the game. It's just that I try to avoid those people. I do know some of them, but it's like, sometimes that does not mesh well with me, especially if they're too uptight, and it depends on what groups are together. Paulo says, without, yeah, it would be impossible, there would be caps. Even with capsules, it's gonna be hard because you do need a receptor. Also, whoever asked me about like the final augments of fixing, let me bring it up over here. So, if you go over here, spoiler for you guys if you're playing on global, Mission Badge Shop, you do have this over there, but you don't have these items. Wait for these. These are 100%, and depending on how many badges you can get an X amount. I already spent most of my badges on the Mana Rev, but yes, this is extremely good. Now, there is something to note. You might not want to try to get all of them. Just depends on whatever you made personally. If I wanted to save Meseta though, like, I would try to get these pop items and then slap them on to a final fix. Like the one formula that Snipes did, the way to do this is just focus on trying to get that Veteran Resolve stuff first. Actually, better yet, instead of talking about it, let me actually pull it up. Let me stare at these different panels just in case. Alright, so yeah, this is the breakdown for all these other pieces. But let me talk about how to get something like this using that pop item. So let's say you got something like 3 slot or higher for Veteran Resolve. So I'm gonna, nope, that's not what I want. So you just need 2 to try to build your way up to 3. So what I would do is do something like this. Use a 30, get that to 2, and then like the next one after that would be do this here, then get it to 3. The moment I get here, one, I want to do it on a boost week at the very least so I can get that to at least 60 or above, and then use a 40%. And then once I get there, this is how you use a pop item. Now, obviously, they do not have that Astro Soul as a pop item here. Oh wait, no. Yeah, they don't have one. So what is gonna happen is like, if you got this, you will need 3 Veteran Resolve 3 to get a 4. But I'm gonna get to this point. Once I get to this point, I'm gonna use a pop item. Let's pretend that this is let's pretend sentence S, sentence precision, is Astro Soul. So you got all these at 100. The only problem is that Veteran Resolve 3. And that's the point of these things over here, if you want to use this method. Now, if you already made an Astro Soul and you want to incorporate that instead, then you can. But yeah, these are how strong these items are. They are at 100%. And then you also got these things over here from the battle pass. Once they update it, they will give you these catalysts and souls and the Omega Memoria and Rare V Catalyst. I have a video prepped for you guys showing you guys how I easily made like a Mana Rev with a Returner 3. This is why, like, if you really want to save money in terms of getting a Guardian Soul, get these pop items. You guys have a lot more badges than Japan. So I would get one of these, one of these, one of these. Use them properly when I'm trying to gamble with all the pieces that I have. And then what I need to do is then go back to this person's formula, for example, and try to get these other stuff. The problem is you don't want to try to finalize it just yet though, because what is it? This piece in particular needs that Glare Catalyst, so that's going to be an issue. And then also you do need to break this down properly to make sure that it works. Let's see if you did break that down. What is this? That's a factor, Glare Catalyst. That one's a doozy. Where are you? So this thing over here, this one's a doozy. You definitely want 4 slot protects. This is why you want to stock up on 4 slot protects if you haven't. John says, I'll take Mana Rev cause Omega Memorial Rev Cat is a pain. Also cause Fabulous are dumb expensive right now. Yeah. Yeah. Like, here's the thing. This thing right here, that pop item, like, you can get Omega Memoria as a pop item. So, if you want to capitalize on the Historia and Fabulous sales, you might as well. Because once this become a thing, it's going to be easy to try to go for a Mana Rev. Granted that, you know, it's still limited because it depends on how many you have. Johnson Sega NA wants NA to get good before giving us receptors. That could be a thing. The other thing about how they're doing augmenting and fixing and farming for these things, I feel like global does have an influence on that, and they are trying to say like, hey, don't worry about it just yet until endgame. But that's just me guessing out of my butt and speculating. And then John says, well, our hero quest items are on Rising Badge 5, so now it's literally eating up space. Still wondering what they'll do for it. Alex says, all of the badges which you prioritize, I feel like at the factor, because farming mother factor is eh. Alright, trying to read about all these quickly. Yo, Dan, you have 3 stacks of your Yamato triggers? Yeah, they kind of like threw me under the bus when they released that Yamato trigger. I was like, you're kidding me, right? Okay, I see what Global's doing. And then Snipe says, yeah, in episode 4 I brought like 200, 300 each factor level. They were less than 550k for a 4 saw. Yeah, they kind of threw me under the bus with that Yamato factor thing. I released a video talking about it, and then they were like, nah, here's a trigger. And I'm like, great, thanks guys. Fuck you, Global. So yeah, they might make it easy over there on Global. I wouldn't be surprised if they do. Yeah, we don't have that. Yamato factor trigger is not a thing. We do have, however, some other triggers, but they do drop from the rare Kazuchi, or the newest Kazuchi from the Rainbow one. Let me show you that one. This is gonna be the episode 6 one. Episode 6 trigger over here will give you... Where are you? I don't know where it is. Trigger. Maybe I should just type in trigger. Maybe that pops up. Nope, where the fuck did I put you? Oh wait, maybe it's through here. There we go. These triggers. Rain 2020. The episode 6 one's important. Enhancer one is important. Because this gives good S-class unit abilities. This one drops crack on it. Yeah, that's the thing. They're spoiling you guys. They already gave you triggers for like a lot of key things, which I'm surprised about. But hey, look, if it's gonna help Global, then so be it. Anyways, let me show you guys the trick. So I'm gonna release a video talking about this later. I still need to edit it, but this thing has a built-in SAF of an Angie glare. If you're having issues getting an Angie glare or Dominius, get this unit piece. Now the only downside with this method, it does eat up ability transfer passes. However, you can easily tackle this every now and then if you do rainbow keys, because they give you 5 ability transfer passes, and if you're working with 3 slots, 4 slots, and you're trying to transfer them over, it's going to eat up 5 passes. So what I'm going to do on screen right now is try to make glare catalysts, but I do need to stare at something. I need to stare at my own formula, because what I need to do is make a glare catalyst with one of these things. I need crack 3s. Alright, so let me get to that point. Where are some crack abilities? Yes, I have a lot of crack, by the way. You'll see it on the screen. I need 3 crack 3s to tackle this. Let me do some quick figuring out. Alright, so to get that. Now, you want to make sure you double check your stuff. Is this how I break this down? No, that's 2s. These are the returner 3s. Alright, so what I need to do is actually combine one of these. This one's the annoying one, actually, staring at it. Just for... Yeah, this is what I'm going for with the crack. Crack 3, crack 3, crack 3 with the Exacord. Yeah, I don't got that. You pretty much have to farm for that trigger over here on the Japanese side. Global can easily buy him with passes. I see what you did, Big Glaive. Can we send those factors your way? Send reception. That would be a nice trade, John. Yeah, be careful with undercutters. Alright, see ya, PSO God. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, so, anyways, working with crack. I have a lot of them. Again, and I know I'm saying it a lot. Okay, that one is important. I did not realize this one's actually important. Fuck. Oh, I did cover that crack 3. Alright, so what I need to do... I need a sub card. I need a sub card that's already at 4 slot. I don't care about these two, get rid of those. And let me get the Exacore one, but I do need to unlock that later. I just realized I'm dealing with fucking Monica. Monica, please do not fuck me over, please. I'm gonna work with these two. I have a bunch of 30s, I don't mind using them. I'm gonna do that. Do not use that. I could use those. Actually, since I'm not upslotting, I can actually use the cracks as they are. So I just took with that. The only problem that I got is that you cannot downgrade. Okay, that is a slight issue actually. Alright, quickly let me get through, push some of these to the 3 slot, 4 slot. What the hell is that piece? No, not that piece. That piece is too important. Snipe says 1 mil for 4 slot on ship 1. That's pretty decent. Oh yeah, speaking of crack, it's expensive for NA right now. It's Divide's the best place to stock up on them. No, to get to get crack abilities. There's several other quests. We got like several seasonal quests that drop them. We got the episode 6 trigger quest that drops them. But we don't do ultra hard free field as much anymore, whatever you guys call it over there. Paul says, today I made 9 Rev Catalyst Crack 3s plus Glare, 9 Factor Cat plus Cat 3 plus Glare, and 9, oh god, 9 Slow Cat plus Crack 3 plus glare. I'll continue what I can make glare catalyst on global. And yeah, I failed about 60% of them all, and I'm broke right now. Oof. Like, on a fixed week, you may want to try to earn a profit every now and then. And then John says, I see you're also creating the suffering version of the G-Soul formula. Yeah, this one is, yeah. Hugs, comrade. Same name, same suffering, I feel ya. Glay says, so when you make these 3 4th AUG unit pieces, do you transfer them to an 8 slot later? Yes. So the piece that I'm wearing, you'll see a video where I actually got this to the 8 slot that it is, but it's an annoying process to do it. And not only that, you will also need a lot of ability transfer passes. Now the thing that I'm doing right now is to show you guys that I can use this to my advantage. However, I need to be careful with how I do this. Also, I might not be using a force of protection when I gamble with this thing, so it's going to be painful to stare at. And speaking of me not using force of protection, I might as well get a couple 40% just in case. I'm buying 1,000 of these. This is why I stock up on X cubes. I can always get more X cubes because I got so much junk on in my storage. So what I'm doing is now combining these things. So these cracks, I'm gonna do this. Note that wait a second. What is this? A wall A? There's gonna be a slight boost to this, if I remember correctly. It is a slight boost to that. So that's supposed to be a 65? Yeah, that's supposed to be at a 65, but because of these sub cards, they actually increase it a bit. Now what I'm gonna do is now use a 30% to get that to 100. I'm okay with that, and then there's another unit piece that I have here. I think these two. Yeah, these two. Spirit up. Now that's 70. Same name items will give you a boost. Just depends on the price. Clay says, yeah, I need to go rewatch your unit affix video because, again, been using the weapon affix video to help me cut a lot of corners. John says, by the way, what's your preference between Mark Angra and Courageous? Angra, if I remember correctly, do I have that on my unit piece? Yeah, Angra gives you just more attack and dex. Attack and dex. Courageous, if I remember correctly, either gives you HP or PP. Depending on your preference, especially if you want to emphasize on this particular stat, you may want to go for that instead. I do want to push my attack, so that's why I went for Mark Angra compared to Courageous or the other one that gives HP or PP. Sometimes I feel like I'm only one who likes Mark Joyo. I got enough PP on other affixes, so HP is nice. It's fine if you mix it up every now and then. It's your pieces. It's 5 PP. Okay, so yeah. If you want that, then go for it. If you want to emphasize on the HP, go for the other one. Up to this day, I still have no clue on how Dex benefit with your own character, apart from mags that utilize Dex to attack, increase attack. They kind of had a role, especially with, what is it? Crafting? I think? That's why you would want Dex when you craft, but I'm just speaking out of my butt. I'm not 100% sure on that field. Got Dex to hit that sweet 9,999 on gold minigame. Golf, gotcha. Alright, so this is the annoying part that I have to do. Oh, it's Persona. Hi there, Persona. Alright, so I got Angie, I got Ford. Who else? Did I have Ford on here? Yeah, Ford. I need Vlog. Exicor. Alright, so this one's gonna be a risk right here, guys. I'm not gonna be a big fan of it if it fails, but hey, look. I have a good chunk of... Fuck, why are you with the crack? Why? I need something that does not have crack. Why the fuck are all these with crack? Okay, this one's not a crack. Oh. Alright, so this is what I'm gonna do on stream. The music stopped. Nope, it's still playing. Alright, so this is what I have to make. Now my question is, actually no, I know what I need to do. Let me make sure this is right. This is one of the pieces I need. Okay, so yeah, this is what you guys are gonna deal with. I'm gonna go with it. No protects whatsoever. These are the percentages you're dealing with. Yeah, because here's the thing, like, even though you have a certain way to go and try to get Guardian Soul with all these abilities, you still need to get the pieces for it. This is what you're dealing with. Now, if you farm for most of your stuff, you don't mind gambling, but let's see if you get this, boys and girls, and it's and all the above. Ah, oh, that hurts. Oof. Oof. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have used Monica. Anyways, that's gambling for you guys. Now I gotta crack 4 stuck on this. This is a problem, because I do need this piece to go back to a 4 slot and to get that SAF of that Angie. Well, not SAF, but I need that Angie Glare. Now, this is a problem. This is actually a problem. Let's not stare at that for now. I'll figure out what to do with that later. In all honesty, I might have just tempted Monica and just toss her other stuff before I finalize that. But hey, look, RNG, not at 100%. This is gambling for you guys. It's all good, guys. Don't worry. I got more cracks. I get a good chunk of them, so when it gets low, that's when I need to start to worry. But right now, I'm fine. But I did a hiccup. But look, this is what you're dealing with if you're going for those certain affixes. Oh, buddy. Alright, let's make photonic glares. I do need to get rid of these damn things over here. Yeah, so that's the thing. Like, if you're not a big fan of gambling, you're gonna hate the numbers that you see if you go for that particular formula. And in all honesty, I got used to it. I got used to it because I gamble a bunch. So I need to make photonic glare. This piece is the big one that I'm gonna have to worry about. I think I already made that breakdown though. Where are you? No, it's not that. It's gonna be this. It's this piece. Oh, that's what I decided to do. It has return authority. Great. My smart ass self decided to do something like that. Alright. Good to know. I could sell the photonic waves as they are, though. I'll just make a good chunk of them. Actually, I should save those sub cards. I'll just stick with the 4 stuff as they are since it doesn't eat up as much. Metro. Origin. Just use a 30. Okay, that worked. What do you get module for future content? It's gonna be divide quests, and then it's gonna be some future urgent quests, but mainly divide quests. You'll get a good chunk of them. Monica was a daughter bought for take your daughter to work day, but they forgot about her. Now she's a horrible fixed. The one thing I don't like about Monica is the fact that she tries to apologize every time she breaks something, but that's just me. Maybe you guys like Monica more than, you know, Judu, but I have mixed feelings about Monica. Paulo, up until today, there were times she did the whole process for a final item, all fought with no fails. But today she screwed me. Snipe says, I still have nightmares from so many failed 98%, so I steer clear of Monica. She did alright with the Photona one, but when it comes to the final one that I did, yeah, that didn't go out well. If you're lucky, you can have the module drop. Okay, yeah. Also, the FW us watching Shiva in episode 5. Final us. I'm excited to fight her. That one friend, I'm excited to be... Oh, gosh. Wait. Paulo says, I used Dudu, but then he failed 3 95s on the same process. Never again. I tend to swap between the two, especially if I start failing. Actually, let me set the market again. There were some pieces I want to do. I'm gonna do a bit more toying around with, and then I'm gonna end the stream. Because it's pretty late over here. Let's see, how are the unit pieces for Catalyst? Catalysts are going for a good chunk, from what I'm staring at. So I could try to sell those and enter profit. That's like 3 mil. And I think I have a Persona over here, so what I could do is sell... Actually, the question is, do I have any other revs? I have so many revs in my storage, but I'm not using them as much anymore. I have Persona, I need double rev. I spelled double wrong. I could use... That's a loser, actually. That has a crack. I would rather take the crack more than the rev. I need to be specific. I did not grab a loser. Apergina. Apergina might be... I might see if Apergina Forethought is cheap. Persona, loser, double. Let's see. It's roughly around 1 bill. It is increasing in price. Apergina shouldn't be as bad though. Spelled that out wrong. Apergina. No, wait, hold up. I need a forethought. Alright, I can take that. I'll gamble with that if I can get the money's worth. Yep, this is what happens. But once again, you get used to it. Now, it's not a bad thing, especially if you farm free pieces. But that's the question. Did you farm free pieces? If you bought all of them, that's when it does hurt you. Now, if you do decide to use a Force Off Protect, which I could have, but no, I would rather do it if I don't have the pieces, then you could save a good chunk of Meseta from that. Now, what I could also do is actually make this thing a bit worthy, because... Can I? No, I don't want to combine a Photonic Layer to that. That might not be a smart move. Gamble. Yeah, that failed. So that means I spent a bit of Meseta for that, and that kind of did a backlash to me. I do have losing blades and bread still, so it's not a big loss. Once again, I might actually get rid of all this stuff tonight. I think I got a Progina red that's at that. That's a crack. This is not. It's a 12. Get rid of that. Oh, did I know the Persona Red? That's older. Double. Not the email. Alright, that succeeded. Could sell that. Let's see. If there's ever Doodoo Bots as an affixing NPC in NGS, I'm gonna cry. Oh god. Oh god, if they put a bot instead, holy shit. I'll be afraid. This is the price to pay for a gambling addict. Yep, if you farm those, you're less hurt. Yep, pretty much. That's why I keep on saying, you want to farm for your stuff if you want to get into this sort of business. Farming it and affixing kind of goes hand in hand, but you do need to know some finer points when it comes to farming, so you can save as much as you can, or you can make a profit off of it by itself. Because some of these pieces by themselves, like that Elder Rev, like that thing's increasing to 1 mil. And it may not be a lot, but if you have multiple Elder Revs and people are buying them like hotcakes, you're getting a lot off of it. Now, my question is, do I have... Okay, so I do have some of these at 7 slots. Before I do anything with this, let me stare at their value by itself. Yeah, they're stuck at a 7. They're 520, so I might as well gamble with these. Feels like Apprentice might have something though. Let's see. Nope, not Apprentice. So I feel like people are just not liking it anymore because they want other stats as well. So I can get rid of that Persona rather than Loser. I know I have a good chunk of these. Gamble again, let us go. Oh, let me show something with Persona real quick and then I'll end the video there, since he is popping up. So here's the thing, if you do ultra hard Persona, there is a limit to how many drops you can get. but there is a catch and a flip side to getting a good chunk of resources if you're trying to get a certain thing. Or end the stream now, there you go. Fuck, I am not using a 40%, hold up. Nope, 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 don't need that, nope, nope, stop it. Yeah, if you're new to the game too, you can always use the help button, it does give you a good chunk of info. Where's my 6? This should be everything over here, go on with this, get all these. Of course you guys let that fail, Monica. How could you? Alright, so let me actually do something quickly. This is a little snippet my friend taught me since he is a weapon fodder farmer guy. I am not one of those guys. I am the other type. I'm a unit fodder farmer. How many things do I have in my stupid ass inventory? Let me actually sell these. Let me see if they sell. I will let you guys, I will tell you guys if these things do sell as they are. I don't mind making those cheaply. And then in terms of this piece over here, I think this is the only successful piece compared to all the other ones. This one, technically 5 mil. Question is, do I need to sell it like that? I'll leave it as it is, but I can technically undercut that later. And if someone does undercut me, I will most likely undercut them. So I'll put those two on sale and see what they will. By the way, Morph, what's a good 15-star weapon series to use on ults if you plan to use? Alright, so... Alright, so I'll let Jake give the advice. Alright, so here's the thing. If you want to try to get fodder pieces, especially to the augments and stuff, it would be nice to do it at the highest difficulty so you can get 13-star units and whatnot. But if you were specifically trying to go for fodder pieces, let me show you guys what will happen if I do this on the lowest difficulty. Also, I should have my gun slash in my Monkey King bar on me. This is going to show a giant difference in terms of drop. Now this is just the fact that ultra hard is limited because that's how it was changed to, how it was designed. But if you do it at the lowest difficulty and you're trying to get augments, this is something you might want to consider. I'm gonna beat this shit out of this guy quickly. I know it's not the highest difficulty, but this is to emphasize on the augments and stuff. And I'm just gonna have those as they are. I'm gonna take a D-band drink. I don't know why, but my friend always uses D-band. Chase says, "Hey Morph, what's considered the best fix for all stats 8 slots?" That depends. But usually it's gonna be something like this. It's gonna have Guardian Soul in there, Mana Rev, Absolute Glare, FF Factor, Mark Angra, and then if you really want to push a specific attack, it's not going to be an attack boost, it's going to be what is it? It's going to be grand power, some sort of grand shoot, whatever ability you want to, or whatever attack type you're going for, and then just like crack 5 or return at 5. Wait, what the Nani? Who the? Oh, whatever. Did one of you guys just decided to join my thing? Hey then, Nino, how you doing? Yeah, I didn't lock the damn thing. It's all good. All we need to do is beat up this guy. So yeah, I'm doing this on normal. This is gonna be quick. But I'm doing this in terms of for the augment drops. You'll see what it is. Trying to break it doesn't mean. You still need to go through the regular process. Yeah, there we go. Now, I did make like 420 attack units for someone, and you can easily go for those instead of the stuff that I got, but ultimately it falls on what abilities you are aiming for. A lot of people are going for these final fixes because like pretty much they stack on a lot of multipliers. I realize this is not the right rear piece. Yeah, if you're wondering why I'm breezing through this quickly, it's on normal. But it's to show you guys that, like, when it comes to farming for augments alone, most of, like, for normal stuff that drops on weapons and units, you can do it at the lowest difficulty and it's not going to be a problem. If you're trying to get SSAs, however, that is a different story along with, like, certain weapons and units that have, certain SAS as well. Christian, hi Morph, can you please show us what an 8-slot weapon will look like when you can? Oh yeah, I have a bunch of them. I just realized this character is not at 100 yet in terms of the Braver class. I would change that. So yeah, we just killed this thing. Wasn't as bad. Alright, so look at all these damn things. Now this is not for units. These are a bunch of fucking weapons. And I really don't want to do this, but this is to demonstrate a point. There's a lot of these damn things. Fuck. Now you don't get a lot from doing it on normal, but the reason why you do it on normal is because you're trying to get certain augments. And note that I do have the Gun Slash and Monkey King bar on me. You know what? Let me get rid of these shits. I'll deal with all this later in my storage. All you in my storage. Now I need to untick all these things. Now this is gonna be a pain because I have to untick all these. Anyways, whoever asked for the 8-slot, this is what an 8-slot weapon looks like, by the way. I have a good chunk of them. Some of them drop as they are, like this thing. This dropped as an 8-slot. But if it's like a fixed, it's something like this. Now this thing does have 5 S-class abilities, which makes it easy. These 3 abilities, however, I did use a certain method to get them. But yeah, this is pretty much an 8-slot weapon right here. And then there's also this thing over here. I didn't even actually fix this one. It's just as it is. And then there's another 8-slot drops as it is naturally. But yeah, there's a bunch of weapons. Now I need to untick all these things. Now what I'm need to do, just in case, because I'm not 100% sure if I have enough Meseta for this. Let me just go via and sell grinders. Oh wait, no, I do have a good chunk of Meseta. What the fuck am I doing? Alright, so these weapons are going to vary in terms of their number. Some of them are going to be at 8 slot, some of them may not. Actually, I'm not 100% sure if they'll be at 8 slot, but let's start unchecking all this stuff. Alright, there's one 8 slot, there's a lot of other stuff that's high up there, but notice that each one of these will have a good reverie on it. Alright, that batch, nope, not at 8 slot. Alright, there's 2 8 slots here. Now, you might be saying, Morph, why would you want to try to get something like this? Well, there are some abilities that people would actually just keep Elder Reverie for, and this is where I'm going to be saying Elder Reveries, or just Reveries, a normal Reverie, Dark Files Reverie on a weapon, I'm not too mad about, because usually I don't tend to stack a bunch of multipliers on weapons, and if it does decrease it, then so be it. Well, it does go towards your overall stats, but it's not as bad. Let's see. If I look at some of these prices for a weapon, it may not be as high, but it might be. My weapon, or my friend, does a bunch of weapon farming, and these things actually sell for a good chunk. Now, some of these have crack on it, but if I want to, I could just try to sell it and get a bit of Meseta off of that. And all I did was just run this on normal, and I just gambled on the chance of getting it at a high slot. Persona might be something as well. Yeah, Persona sells for a good chunk as well, but that's only if it's at an 8 slot. What happens if it's a 7 slot? Yeah, there's a difference. 8 slot versus 7 slot, and then also, like if you're trying to go for mana reverie on a weapon, then you can totally ignore this, but at the same time, it depends on various things. Apparently our Upper Gena's high up there. Why is that one not high up there? Actually, let me just see. Oh yeah, also, let me see. The big one out of these would be Exceed or the Slayer. Actually, let me look at the Exceed first. Exceed is not as expensive, but how about the Slayer? Slayer abilities do give you a bit of Meseta, but that depends, because this one is... What does Slayer do? I can't remember what Slayer do. These abilities would do something. Lilliput mech, so questionable. Let me remove that. Guidance Trainer is also something. No, not that one. This one will cost a good chunk. Not as much, but something. But yeah, now I got a bunch of other junk stuff though, which is a pain in my butt. I could technically gamble with these and see if we can actually get them to 8. If they're at like 7 slot, I could try to gamble and try to push it to 8 slot. Oh, well, now it's buffering. Alright, that's kind of giving me a hint to the fact that I need to end this. So, that's something to note. When it comes to like drop augments and stuff, it can give these things as they are. But yeah, I'm gonna have to end the stream here. It started to act up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to end this. It's like staggering and stuff. I'll chat with you guys a bit more through the chat box, but I'm gonna have to end the stream itself because it's now going derp. So thank you guys for chatting with me. I would like to read the names, but it's just staggering a lot. So thanks to all who has been chatting with me, chilling with me. I'll see you guys whenever. Note that this was a random one that I decided to do. It is now late on my end. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I'll release a couple videos emphasizing on some of this stuff. I'll answer some questions before I just stop entirely. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.